how to add a buyer in myPreApprovalNotice.com. Before you add a buyer, it's important to make sure you have the realtor that you want to associate with that buyer already added in. You can see here on my dashboard that I have 2 realtors added in, and I'm going to associate one of those realtors with my buyers, so I'm ready to go. On the left hand side, there's an Add Buyer button. Click on that. Now all of the information in this form is required, but you'll find it's actually pretty easy to fill out. I'm going to fill out a fake buyer here. And I'm going to put in a fake phone number and date of birth. Date of birth is just for marketing purposes, so that you can market to them later, but it's another place to have a reminder of their date of birth. You do need to have their current street address, and if there's a co-borrower, you're going to enter that information here. So let's just pretend there is in this case. And the buyers do get emails letting them know when certain things have happened on their loan, such as someone has looked at a pre-approval notice. I put in a date of birth. Obviously, I know these are not correct, but you'll get the point. Now, on this, in order to save you from having to type in the address again, you can just copy from borrower and then go right on to credit score. Obviously, you're going to use the credit score, the low middle score in this case. Now, for max payment, you want to make sure that you use the exact max payment. So instead of having a round number like, let's say $1,400, let's say the max payment is $1,431.89. Anything over that, you're getting a decline. That's the number you want to put in here. Choose their loan option. Well, let's just choose an FHA 30-year fixed. Down payment, put in whatever their expected down payment is. You can choose whether you're underwriting it with your company or if it's a wholesale or investor underwrite. How much is needed for seller concessions as a percent or a dollar amount. And then you need to select the realtor that you're going to associate with them. Is the pre-approval contingent on the sale of a home? Yes or no? Do you need to override something? This is the spot where you would choose a higher rate if the customer had a worse score, or they wanted to get premium pricing, or a lower rate, or their insurance was higher than to be expected. You could do all of that right here. In this case, I'm not going to do any of that. Have you met with the borrower in person? Yes or no. Have you received their income documentation and reviewed it? Yes or no. Same with assets. Have you ran automated underwriting? Have you reviewed the borrower's credit report? All of these things. Are there repair escrows? Let's say no. Gift funds, no. You don't verify gift funds if there are none. What's your comfortable number of days you can close this loan in? So that's variable per loan. Has the borrower been partially underwritten? Let's say your company underwrites either a tough part of the file or maybe their full credit approval. That would all go here. You can put comments down below here. These would be comments that can be seen by the buyer, the realtor, the sellers, if shared. So you want to make sure that these are something like, these buyers have a great, stable job history. And excellent credit. Okay, something like that, right? There's a spot for non-shareable stuff. This is just for your information. So let's say there's something you want to remember about the file or about the pre-approval. For example, let's say they had asked for down payment assistance, but they don't qualify because they make too much. You'd say you could just put makes too much for DPA, right? You can save, and that won't send them an invitation, or save and invite will send an email to both borrowers inviting them to log in and use the system, and it will give them some notices as to, or some tips on how to use the system. Okay, that's it for adding a buyer. Now we'll go ahead and look at some of the other features in myPreApprovalNotice.com.